Hello and welcome to Single and Complete. I hope you're well and you've been having enjoying your weekend. It's been really lovely weather where I am, and we thank God for everything. In this episode, I am going to be sharing with us about communication. Communication. In the country where I was born in, we don't do communication well with children. In the country, we find children being talked to and not with. So our parents will talk to us and not with us. And we know that communication, in order for communication to work, it's got to be two ways. So we have a dialogue. It is not a monologue. You're not talking only to yourself or to someone, but you are talking with the person, getting feedback. And one of the most challenging area for me as a parent myself, as my children grew, is communication. Communication. Growing up, as I said, I grew up in a country where we were talked to. And so for the first 28 years of my life, I was talked to. I wasn't actually talked with. And that was challenging for me. I really found that challenging. We communicate with our children, and, as we communicate with them from when they were born, actually, it's, in a warm, gentle and responsive way. It helps our children to feel safe. It helps them to feel secure in their world. And it also builds and strengthens. And this is one of the reasons why we need to have communication with our children. As I said, from birth, I remember, while breastfeeding, even though the child is in your arms, but giving that eye contact, smiling, as you are breastfeeding your child very close to you, you are communicating something to that child, and you are responding to the cues of that child. I remember, breastfeeding, and I'll be looking and staring at my child, and the smile and the staring, they will be staring at me, and that, I believe, was actually communication. Now that I'm learning, to be honest with you, I am still learning when it comes to communication. As you know, my children are adults now, and most times when I'm talking, they will still say to me, "Mommy, you're not listening." And I know it is a journey. It's a very, very challenging one. And the question here is, what is good communication? What really is good communication? Communication for me is giving my child my full attention when we're communicating with each other. So when one of my children, my first child actually, when I talk with that child, I will go, "Why? Are you kidding me?" I never ask my parents why. When they tell me something, I go straight and do it. But what I'm learning is to explain why I ask my child to do something. So if the child asks me why, I am obliged to explain the reason why, to communicate why I'm asking this child to do this. I'm asking you to complete that task. Why must I clear my toys? Because if you don't clear your toys, we need the path to be clear, so that nobody is tripping over anything. We're communicating with each other, giving my child full attention. My sisters and my friends, our children, yours and mine, in this age that we're in, they need our full attention. They need us to listen to them actively. I am telling you, these young people, they are going through a lot, and they need that active listening. It is only when we listen to them actively, hearing what they're saying, that's when we can respond appropriately. Remember, we're communicating, we're having a dialogue. I'm taking in, I'm listening, or vice versa. We're listening to each other in order for each other to give the right response. When I am communicating with my children, I'm encouraging them. When that door of communication is open, it's actually encouraging them to talk, to know that they can actually come to me and share with me. What I hate most is for my children to shut themselves away from me. Remember, I'm alone. God is my friend, is my husband. So I need somebody to talk to me face to face. If I don't open that door of communication, they won't feel free to come and talk with me. My sisters and my friends, I don't know where you are. I don't know how you communicate with your child. I have seen a lot. I have seen parents talking to their child, talking to their adult child, and not talking with them. I think at this stage in my life, I have had to bury my pride. I have had to unlearn what I grew with. As I said in the beginning of this episode, I grew in a context where children are talked to and not with. And I've come to a place where I need to communicate with I need to go know what is going on in their lives. And if I'm not allowing them to talk, first I need to listen. As they talk to me, I need to listen to them. What we do most times is that we interrupt. And I'm not blaming anyone. I'm actually talking about myself. I interrupt. When I interrupt, I shut them. They cut themselves off. And it's another struggle to get them back. I want to know what is going on in the world of my child. I want to know what their inner struggle. I want to know how they're navigating things, life. It's not to say I'm going to be imposing myself, but when the line of communication is open, it makes it easier to access their world and to know what prayer to pray for them. I'm telling you, young children, young people, today they are facing a lot of concerns. They have lots of concerns. And as parents, one of the best things we can do for them is to give them our listening ears. Allow them to talk with us about what they're feeling, what they're thinking. For the younger ones, some of them are bullied in school. And when they come home and they can't talk to us, that's not good enough. We hear of young children as young as 10 years old committing suicide. What could have caused that? How did the parents miss it? I am not blaming anyone. I am saying to you that this has been a challenge for me myself, and I've had to unlearn what I thought I knew. I've had to unlearn and begin to have my ears open so that I can hear what my children are saying, what they're feeling, what they're thinking. I'm very observant. I'll observe them, watch them. Sometimes, especially when they begin to grow into that teenage age, they tend to withdraw. Yes, I do give them their space, but I want to have a communication with them. It is important as they come to share their feelings, their thinking with us, for us to be sensitive and not shut them down. Sensitive in a way to all kinds of things, as they come listening to them and responding in a sensitive way to all kind of things that they may present to us. If it is about relationship, we need to hear them out, and we need to sensitively respond to how they feel. They will not come. Sometimes my children don't always come to tell me nice and good things. Sometimes about their anger, about their frustration, about their embarrassment, their sadness and fear. How would they deal with that if I am not available to listen? My sisters and my friends, I beg you, I know it's hard. I'm a single mom myself, and I've been on the journey for some time. It can be very, very challenging. By myself, I have somebody that I talked to, that I talk with. When the road becomes really rough, when the storm is really raging and I don't know what to do, I know where to turn. Who do your children go to when they need to offload their challenges? Who do they run to? Who do they run to? Would you prefer your child to go to somebody outside and share their pain, their frustration, their anger, their feelings, their joy with? I would rather mine come to me. I would rather they come to me and share with me. And I shed light onto their lives. Talk to them about my experiences. Talk to them about my perception of their worries, of their frustrations. I have time set when I have sometimes sit with each of my children and have a chat with them. It's a time when they open up and talk. Please, my sisters and my friends, don't let's be too busy to listen to our children. Don't let us be too busy to walk the hard road with them. Don't be too proud and say, I'm the parents here, and you listen to what I say. It's important that we listen to them. To be honest with you, they can be your prophet, because God can also send our children to us. Listen, these things are important. Where we have cut off that communication flow, I pray that God will open that communication flow again. Where it's been shut completely, I pray that the God of heaven will restore that relationship, and there will be easy flow of communication. I'm not saying that they come and tell me everything, but the little they tell me, I take to God on their behalf. My sisters and friends, it is important that we allow a good communication flow between us and our children, listening to them, focusing on their body language, their tone, as well as words, is really important. And using our own body language to show that we are interested in what they're saying to us. Listen, our children can read us from A to Z. They can read us just like paper. They can. They are watching. As I said at the beginning of this episode, one of them will say, Mommy, you are not listening to me. You are not listening to what I'm saying. And I'm learning. It is a struggle. It's not easy. Because there were times when I would want to But I have to calm down. I have to control myself and allow them to communicate with me. And taking into account what my child can understand and how long they can pay attention. You know your child. I know my children. We need to use the language they understand. We need to give them that time to communicate with us. Lack of communication with our children has caused so many parents a lot of pain. Lack of communication between us and our children has caused so many disruption to our relationship. Destruction, not only disrupt, but also destroy. Why not give that time? My sisters, my friends, I pray that God will help you. Find time. Don't be too tired. When they come, Mommy, can I talk with you? Please. May you find strength in God. May I also find strength in God, because it is not easy. And I acknowledge the fact that it is not easy, but it is possible for us to understand, to listen to our children, to know their views, to hear their views, their feelings about issues that they are facing in their own lives. May God help you. May He help me. May He come to our rescue. May He give us the right word to speak to our children. May He give us the wisdom we need to advise, to counsel our children. In the name of Jesus. Communication is key. We need to bury our pride, especially us. We need to bury our pride. Yes, we are parents. We don't even need to flex our muscles as parents. The respect is there. But we need to spend time and listen to our children. And I pray for you, my sisters and my friends, that as your child or children come to you to speak to you, God will give you the right word to speak to them. He will give you the right words of wisdom, of comfort, to direct them, to lead them. In the name of Jesus, may He do the same for me. In the mighty name of Jesus. As parents, as long as we live, we are parents, and they look up to us. May our children not look down on us, but always look up to us. And as they come to us, may God give us the right word of wisdom to guide them and to lead them in the right path. God help you. As we go into a new week, I pray for you, my sisters and my friends, that God will go ahead of us and He will be our rear guard. In the name of Jesus. May He keep our children. May He preserve them. The world we live in all sort of different things are happening. May He open our eyes to see beyond even what our children come to tell us. But let us endeavor, strive to actively listen to what our children say to us. And may He give us the right word to subside whatever storm they're going through in their lives. In the name of Jesus. Why don't you link up with me on my Instagram or my YouTube, Single and Complete. You can also drop me a message on my email, singleandcomplete@outlook.com. God bless you. I love you, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks. God bless.